Okay. Let's talk about the moon, right? Tonight we are having a lunar eclipse. I believe a partial lunar eclipse. It is the time now for the partial and the partial eclipses. So this moon is going to conjunct, right? The south node that is in Virgo. Yep, sounds about right. So conjuncting the south node in Virgo. So with the south node barely crossing into Virgo, uh, going backwards, crossing into Virgo. Depending on what house, and just depending on what house, will decide where you need to let go of things. And because it's conjunct the moon, this is going to be like a really huge emotional release. Things that have tied us to our past that are very heavy. So if you need ancestral guidance, because the moon in the fourth house, or just the moon in general, also rules the ancestors. So now is a great time for ancestral work, just like emotional work, in order to pull things out. So if your ancestors have been telling you to do something for a while, you're gonna feel the full force of that right now. So if this is something that you commonly do, like you commonly speak to your ancestors, you commonly do root work, you respect your maternal lineage, then right now is a great time for you to actually go through and do your emotional work and get rid of your extreme emotional ties. Like right about now is a good time to think about what brings you joy, happiness, and fulfillment, so that the moon energy can actually help you do that. It can actually help bring you fulfillment, clear out old things, and get let go. So for women seeking companionship, seeking community, and seeking nurturing and compassion, right now is a good time to start manifesting that, and being able to pull that more toward you. And if you have something, or if you have women in your life that need to be cleared out, that will most likely be the first thing that happens, rather than bringing in very nice, beautiful new things. You would simply just get cleared out of old things. Now would be a good time if you needed to do plant magic, to have that ability to do plant magic. So now is a really good time for that. Anything that the moon nurtures, everything that the moon touches, now is a really good time to try and get things to grow, help to nurture actual genuine connection. This is a really good time for that right now. Now is also a really good time to get into that self-care, those feminine attributes that are attributed to growth. You know what I'm saying? Attributes that are attributed to letting things wave on. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you're stuck in some emotions, now's a good time to put them all down, on paper or something, or in your notes, get them all down and let that flow through you. You know what I'm saying? If you're truly seeking genuine connection, with women, as a woman, right? Then yeah, this is going to be the perfect time for you. Yeah. Also, besides the moon being really good for those types of magics, it's also Really good for wild burst of wild things to happen, as the moon is like, it's cyclic, right? So it is cyclic, but it's also pretty, it could be pretty catastrophic. So if you really need something to help to uproot you emotionally, like if there's something that like really needs to happen, if there's a tower moment that really needs to happen, then the moon is like one of the biggest things to help you do that. Because as the moon like is able to push and pull like the tides, right? It's also able to like send those tides up and completely restructure Earth. Like, this place is 70% water. It's a majority water. So if water wanted to have it, water could have it. You know what I'm saying? You like, you understand what I'm saying? If water wanted to have it, water could have it. So yeah, like, if you really needed, if there was like some type of power imbalance, feminine power imbalance, then like working with the moon, being vulnerable, having that vulnerability could really help you right about now, especially on an ecliptic measure. Like, if you need change on an ecliptic measure, then the moon is going to be fantastic. Would be fantastic for that. Now I'm going to, of course, like pull some oracles for you ladies. Going to pull some oracles for you ladies. Commitment. First card, commitment. We love that. So staying committed to what you do. The moon is also commitment, like I said, like cyclic. So commitment, freedom. These are things that the things that you need and the things that you want and the things that you typically get tend to be very different. Because I also saw the card of memory and illusion, which are also things that are ruled by the moon, memory and illusion. So if you need to get pulled out of something, of an illusion that's not, something that's not happening to you, and you need to get based in reality, or something that happened to you but it was a long time ago and you need to remove that traumatic event, then like, yeah, the moon, I would suggest doing, your moon magic to help you go ahead and get through that. I know there are a lot of women right now doing like stretches and stuff like that. I know there are a lot of women that are doing like stretches and stuff like that to help relieve, their solar plexus, their sacral and their solar plexus. So that would be some great yoga under ecliptic moon, would be some great magic if you need help with something like that that's like really really intense, something that happened in your past that's really intense, so that you could go ahead and do something a bit different, so yeah. This moon and the south node isn't always like about letting go as well. The south node could be things that you need to ground in, something that you could ground in so that you can expand, you know what I'm saying, throughout your north node. So it's like a south node seed. Like, you have a seed here, and in its opposition, this is how you grow. Like, if you want a tree to happen, you kind of want to reach towards your north node, something very unfamiliar, reaching toward the sky. But if you need a seed somewhere to start, then you want to pop up in your south node. You want to like first start in your south node. Clearing ghosts. Look at that. Clearing our ghosts so that we can grow our seed, baby. Bond. And I love that. I love how we ended that on bond, because it's all about bonding to the things that you actually crave and want and need.